He charged in, thinking, should I just dive into the meat grinder with my fluffy self? Let me look for you, I'm done for, boss. Meanwhile, Four Eyes and Ben aren't faring any better on the other side. They had just begun the charge when, upon witnessing this bizarre scene, Four Eyes displayed astonishment on his face and suddenly grew fierce, charging ahead with gritted teeth. I simply can't help but ask, up, who could it be? The boss made a strong push, never thinking someone would dive headfirst into the meat grinder, and he himself was running in the grinder. Died and revived. Sauce powder, precisely the kind poisoned by it. I adore you deeply. Eat this, go ahead, and by the way, Maynard fainted from fright, as blood from the deceased seeped into the ground. This weakened the goat monster's seal again. After hearing Little Bad, Egg Brother felt the call of glory and perked up. Suspecting the two brothers, Egg Brother and his gang found Four Eyes' corpse at the villa, then Goat's bale site in the back hill, and the Little Red Riding Hood in the grinder. Given the brothers' look of utter malevolence, Egg Brother was certain they were the culprits, so he decided to take immediate action. Next up was another roll, and at precisely that moment, I just happened to overhear the brothers chatting. The two were originally discussing whether they should call the police, but unexpectedly, Egg Brother mistakenly believed they were trying to destroy evidence. He promptly made the decision to force his way in and bring the two to justice, those stinking rascals who really make one laugh and cry at the same time. Egg Brother was furious. The consequences were grave. How could a first-class achievement slip away? After easily subduing the two, he yelled, "You little punk, are you trying to trick me?" Just as he was preparing to wrap up and take the two away, a sudden accident befell him. This cannot help but make one sigh. Egg Brother seems destined to have an intricately tangled relationship with the police throughout his life. This is far from being a first-class achievement. It's as if misfortune itself has knocked on their door and brought its worst with it. The two brothers were completely taken aback, having done absolutely nothing wrong to deserve such a fate. One could see people endlessly boiling over to their doom, pole after pole, and precisely at that moment, Ben, who had been dazed by the explosion, gradually regained consciousness. He furiously picked up the gun from the ground, a total spray of shots. Seeing the two hiding inside, he went psychotic and took the dog hostage. The second brother flew into a rage. That dog was his very lifeline. He burst out fully armed and enraged, using the suppressive fire of the second brother's nail gun as cover. Big Brother took the chance to sneak around back to save the dog, but got spotted. Thankfully, there were no bullets in the gun, and Big Brother just ran off with the dog. And he got mud smeared all over his face. Ben angrily chased after him. Big Brother, older and wiser, was quickly caught up. They tied Big Brother to a tree and beat him up. Despite insisting he was innocent, Ben didn't believe a word, ready to beat him silly. Just then, the second brother and Maynard showed up. Maynard boldly explained, they really looked tough, but we're just good guys, they hadn't done anything. All those people had committed suicide, yet Ben paid absolutely no attention to it. His mind was solely focused on getting his phone back. You took it from me, so give it back to me. You idiot. Just then, Little Bad suddenly attacked him. It turns out he had wanted to take a shot at him for a while, thinking he was hot stuff just because he picked up the phone, intending to expose him, but soon ran back wildly. In the woods, Goat's bleats echoed. Aren't you scared? He's no dog, he's a ghost. It turned out that Paula, all dressed up like a registered, resurrected and sprouted 2 extra legs. Stop right there. It turned out he was possessed by the goat monster and was thrashing about in the crowd before suddenly targeting Little Bad. Seeing Paula stare at him like a mule, he didn't think twice before fleeing, and Paula gave chase. It was at that moment Ben recalled the legend of the goat monster. The legend was real. Paula had been possessed by the goat monster and turned into a zombie. He hurried back to the cabin and accidentally discovered the exorcist, the only artifact to kill the goat monster. Big Brother and gang return. Mountain Ben grabs the gun, demanding the aphrodisiac. He wanted to escape this haunted place as soon as possible. Just as he was about to leave, he was frozen in shock, just stating the facts. Just as everyone was left puzzled and at a loss for words, the goat monster abruptly burst through the window and violently tackled Ben. He then cast a quick glance at the gun lying on the ground. With disdain, he tossed it out, then slowly approached Ben. Ben hurriedly pulled out his 10,000,001 amulet. The goat monster was momentarily baffled by this childish action, wondering aloud, "You can't be caught by ghosts, are you not a goddess?" Seeing Ben getting tackled by the goat monster, Maynard rushed in to help, but got slapped away like a bug. Save me, Ben. How could you, honey? Luckily, the second brother's rage struck, hitting the zombie hard. With Big Brother's help, they tossed it into the basement. By preventing anyone else from passing, they ultimately managed to block the exit effectively. Just as they thought they could finally catch their breath, suddenly help. The goat monster dragged the bin into the basement. Meanwhile, in the basement, the magic circle cracked open, the last seal due to a bin's death. The circle slowly spun to life. A dense black smoke poured into a bin, and the 100-year-old demon sealed away made a grand return using a bin's body. The others panicked at that moment. An old man blocked their path. He was a priest, the disciple of a foreign ghostbuster. At his last moments, he sensed the goat monster, woke up, saw them, pulled out a crucifix, and chanted a spell. The goat monster seemed terrified of this thing, cornered step by step. Everyone realized that the old man was indeed something special, but unexpectedly, the goat monster suddenly... It turned out that the goat monster was merely toying with him. With just one swipe, it sent the priest soaring far away to Dominion. Big Brother quickly pulled out a turkey and lit the gasoline. Give me one of those too. Newly bought goat tail burnt, miraculously escaped. Goat monster wasn't afraid, but fire ignited its fury. My apprentice awakened. He began calling for his minions, and soon, the dead in the vicinity crawled back to life. They became his minions. Big Brother's eyes gleamed, grabbing a hammer for a deadly fight. He ordered the second to lead others away. He stayed to cover them, urging survival. Turning, he found them long gone. Those guys,